A while back I was looking into buying a vinyl cutter, but there just wasn't enough need for me to buy the whole machine. So I started thinking of a way that I could cut vinyl and make my own individual custom stickers, and that's what I'll be going over here.
Team Baxter.
The process is pretty simple. You just need some monocoat trim, some masking tape, and a few markers. These are dry erase markers, and it's preferable that you have a color close to what you're trying to, the color you're trying to cut out. I'm going with blue to show you the slight problem with this method. Also red to show you more of that. But you need some dry erase markers. Also, I use dry erase fluid to remove the markers when done. Last thing is the surface that I'll be transferring it to. In this case, I'll just be using a spare piece of polycarbonate that I have. So those are the tools, and now I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm pretty sure I'm not the first person who's come up with this, and I actually just figured this out from looking at how vinyl cutters do the job. But anyway, taking the piece of this monocoat trim. This is a aircraft product. At least that's what I've been told at my hobby shop. They use this to decorate planes and such. It's very thin vinyl, very easy to cut. You don't have to press very hard at all. I'm just rolling it so that I can get it flat because I store mine in rolls. So it just needs a little coaxing to kind of lay flat. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw my little design. I mainly do just the Team Baxter logo. I write it out and then cut that out, but that's a little complicated for this little demo, so I'm just gonna do a little face, a couple eyebrows, nose, and a smile. So that's the little design we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and with my dry erase marker remover on a little bit of paper towel, I'll go ahead and pull that Team Baxter right off, just as if you were using a dry erase board. Now to get to what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and cut out my design very carefully along my marks. Now this isn't going to be perfect because it's a demo. I'm just kind of showing you my process, how I get this done. If you were doing this, or if I were doing this real time, I would of course take my time and make sure that this was cut very perfectly along the lines that I made. I've been able to do some very accurate designs with this method, and they look pretty great in my opinion. Several people have asked me how I did it, and this is the way I do it. So as I said, I'm not taking my time at all. I'm just running real quick around this, so this is probably going to look pretty jank when I'm done, but you'll get the idea. Now, I've got it all traced out, and the reason I said you want to use something fairly close to the color that you're cutting on is because this black marker, the dark colors will sometimes get into the grooves where you cut out. Now this won't be a problem if you clean it correctly. You see I'm just spraying some of this dry erase cleaner onto a paper towel, and after you make sure you cut everything out, you just wipe the ink out. And if you use a color that's very dark on a lighter color, there's a good chance that those that little bit of ink could get down in that crease, in that seam. If you clean it up real well, it shouldn't be a problem. But so now we've got the little template. I'm going to cut it out a little closer, just for ease of transfer. And there we go. So now what I do is I go ahead and pull that outer film off very carefully, making sure that I don't pull off my design. So you want to very slowly go around the design, and this is why it's very important to make sure that you cut it real well. Make sure you connect all your lines while you're cutting. Makes this process a whole lot easier. If you cut it real well, you can just yank this off and there'll be no problems. But anyway, once you pull the border off, you're left with your design that you use. And so this can be transferred. Generally my designs are small enough that I can use masking tape. So I just peel off a piece of masking tape, and this gets laid directly over the pattern, and there's your transfer ready. So once again, you just want to make sure that you use an extremely sharp blade. Make sure you get a new blade going on in your knife, so that you cut it evenly and cut all the way through, all the way. The reason I use masking tape is so you can see very clearly your design when it's time to place it. If you have clear tape, the thing about masking tape, it comes off very easily. This is painter style masking tape, or whatever. The thing about masking tape is that it comes off easy. A lot of other products, they may allow you to see the design, but you may not be able to separate it so easy. So now the design is ready. I'm going to go ahead with my piece of polycarbonate and yank off this protective. Not really needing it at this point, just for my demo. So very clear piece of Lexan. Take your transfer that you just made, and the thing about the masking tape is it's less sticky than the vinyl coating that you're going to use. So you peel that off, and there you have a very sticky transfer ready to go. When you put this down, you need to make sure it's down the right way the first time, or your custom design may be trashed, because you'll have to peel it off, and it does not peel off very well. So it doesn't really matter where this goes. So I'll just drop it on there. Make sure it's flat. Give it a good rub. And you'll be able to visually see when it's adhered very well. So you go ahead and give it a good rub, and the thing is, you can pull that masking tape right off, and your design will stay right on the Lexan. Done this on Lexan many times. Pretty sure to work on any surface like Lexan, and that's how I get those custom Team Baxter stickers done on all my vehicles.